Hey guys, so in this video I wanted to kind of paint a metaphor that I relate to quite a bit, and I think it's helped me realize certain things. Even though some of the stuff is kind of obvious, it's just something to keep in mind, and that is the idea that oftentimes people we meet are actually wolves in sheep's clothing. It's kind of funny. I think Halloween 2015, I was actually a wolf in sheep's clothing. That was my costume because I felt like it was a very interesting costume. It's really creepy. If you look on my Instagram, you go back, you will see that photo. But anyways, I don't like to think of people like sheep. I don't like to think that we're just sheeple and that we go with whatever the mob wants, whatever the popular thing is, or, we just blindly follow like a stereotypical flock of sheep would. Unfortunately, I have learned, and maybe you have learned as well, that oftentimes that isn't the case. That we will meet people in life, particularly I would say in middle school and high school, and even in college, elementary school as well. Basically it's the same way outside of life, so just life in general. You'll find that there are the popular people, and then there's the people that want to be popular. And I know from observing people in school, I could tell that these people were so desperately wanting to be popular, or they wanted to be included. They wanted to be recognized. And I think human beings in general want to feel recognized. But unfortunately, sometimes the person or the idea or whatever it is that's leading said people, the sheep, does not have those individuals' best interests in mind, and in fact is a wolf in sheep's clothing. This isn't always the case. Sometimes it's a sheep that maybe is a bit unhealthy, or there's been something that has happened to this sheep that traumatizes them, and maybe they don't know the correct direction to go, so they start going a random direction, or maybe it's a deliberate direction, and the other sheep follow them unknowingly. It's very hot in here, so I'm gonna turn the not the volume down, but the heat down. So I personally think that both the unhealthy sheep and the sheep in wolf's clothing, or the wolf in sheep's clothing, can both be detrimental to the flock. With the unhealthy sheep, I don't think those people are bad. Those ideas are necessarily bad. But again, the mob mentality, the sheep do not question it. And that's the issue, is not questioning what the truth is and not looking into the meaning behind everything. I've had experience with people that are wolves in sheep's clothing. Particularly in college, I met quite a few people that, to the outside world, were these perfect people. They were pure white if we're thinking about sheep, or the regular sheep. Appearance-wise, they seemed like these pure white sheep. These people that were positive and everything was good about them. Yet, me and some other people that are more likely to observe certain behaviors realize these things. And I've said this before, unfortunately, especially in the mob mentality, if there really are people that are blindly following someone, you can't always reveal that. I personally think talking to close friends and family about those things, or even friends in general, I will let them know if I feel like someone is not good or is deceiving someone. But in general, it's unfortunate, but you kind of do sounds like the boy who cried wolf. If you accuse someone and they don't realize or they don't understand that you're telling the truth, and they think, oh, well, this individual, I've noticed that they're nice to me, or they do, this thing good. Oh, they're good in school. That was another thing. I used to see that so many professors or students would automatically think someone was good just because they did well in school. I don't think so. I don't think your grades reveal your character. I think your actions reveal your character and the way you talk about others. One individual I was very close to, my sister was also very close to this individual, and I'm not going to tell too many details because there was legal action with this individual. But basically we became friends. And I think I was blinded by things. I know I noticed certain things earlier on, and I definitely noticed things later on. But sometimes the people that are the wolves in sheep's clothing, they're very good at hiding who they are. Even if you have little intuitive insights or gut reactions towards them, they're very good at making it appear like you're either crazy or like, oh no, it's just a misunderstanding. This individual, like I said, we were very close with, friends with for a while. And then we got even closer to this individual. And I started to really see who this person was. Even before that, I told my mom and my sister I do not feel very good about this individual, even though this person was supposed to be one of our at least one of my really good friends. And eventually, this individual did things that revealed their true nature. They would talk badly about people that they were allegedly friends with. They would do the only word that's coming into mind is interesting, with parentheses, actions that were not, they did not have people's best interests in mind. This individual was power hungry, and this individual felt like they needed to bring other people down in order to lift themselves up. And again, I was very close to this individual, and I was targeted the most because I was seen as the biggest threat to them. Also because of other things that happened. And so this individual did something, and like I said, legal action had to be involved. And instead of talking about what the individual actually did, this individual went around spreading lies. And in the end, this individual, despite the legal action against this person, they were able to act like everything was normal because I didn't go around revealing who this person was. And maybe I should have. But I was afraid. I was a bit afraid. I personally think that individuals like that, when they do something, they're going to act again. So I believe that even though in this certain case, this person wasn't necessarily revealed, I don't know, because I know they did other things afterwards, but I didn't keep up with this individual. I don't have any contact with them. But I do know that something's going to happen again, because those kind of people, they always reveal themselves. And that's how you have to remember, because even if you're not a part of the flock, there's going to be either something that happens that reveals that individual, maybe something bad happens to one of the people in the flock. And actually, sometimes it will be silent. So it's unfortunate, but you can't always help that. You can't always persuade people to have independent thoughts. But what you can do is you yourself have critical thinking skills and try to help people as much as you can. Even though maybe I wasn't so close to an individual in the flock, someone else could have talked to those people, and it might have been more believable because they didn't see that person as the boy who cried wolf. People typically like to believe beautiful lies over the ugly truth. People don't want to always know what the reality is, because the truth is sometimes a lot more gritty than what the lie could be. And a lot of people like to live in a lie, because then they don't have to face reality. Now, this isn't the only time I've experienced that. I've experienced many times, and actually, most times that there are people, maybe they're not completely a wolf in sheep's clothing, but someone that is close to that, they typically reveal themselves. You do not have to reveal someone's nature. If someone is continuing to hang around the same people or that same area, their nature will come out at some point. And hopefully the people that their nature comes out to, they're able to get away from that individual. But again, you can only control yourself and try to help those people that are around you, the people that you love. Even if you want to help everybody, like myself, I always want to, wake other people up to certain insights that I've seen. And I realized time and again, even though I was oftentimes right, after a couple of times, especially if someone is manipulative and they're very good at it, you're going to come across as the boy who cried wolf. So whether it's a sheep that's unhealthy and is leading the flock astray, or whether it is a wolf in sheep's clothing or something in between, always be cautious of the people you hang around and the ideas you follow, because looks aren't always what they appear. And sometimes there are beautiful lies, and sometimes the truth is ugly. So I don't know if this was helpful for anybody. I wish I could tell more details about that story, because I think it's very interesting, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to provoke that individual. But yes, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.